Just listen to the rhythm of the heart.
So, yeah, we got a little bit of a timeout to start things off. Now we get to talk about a little bit of pregame. How about that? That's a treat for us.
Who are you looking for in this match?
Well, we saw Shazam go crazy. We saw Stanislaw go crazy. I almost anticipate Stanislaw being a little quieter in Nuke than he was in the previous map, just because I think that was almost atypical. He's great, but that great? I mean, he dominated that first half, just destroyed it. So I expect somebody else to take the reins. It's sometimes your back gets tired, man.
Do you think Zelsis will be as strong coming into this?
Yeah, I think he's consistent. I mean, in that last map, we didn't see any one play or two plays that stood out crazy. Zelsis just continually got frags. This is going to be a quick one, though, from compLexity. Straight through the hut and straight through Dapper's brain was a 9mm. Swag holds the high ground in heaven right now. He almost takes damage in the fall, grabs himself, holds on to the rungs. They start off with one player down on the retake. They do have, of course, that kit that's up in heaven. That can be a little bit scary if Swag drops out. Actually, he's fallen down now, if I'm not mistaken, so it's a little bit safer position for him. 2 kills go the way of compLexity. It's finally returned back from Sub-Rosa. Rapid frags from him, but Swag needs to be the clutch master. Rounding the corner, he has been heard in mini. What a reaction time from him. Nothing gets dropped like a sack of potatoes. Now they peek out, and he's just not able to convert on that next instant shot. It takes him a couple more to get sick, and that gives time for Stanislaw to collect. It is 1 for compLexity.
I really like that pistol round out of compLexity. They blow open Squeaky Door there. They smoke off the mini, obviously, flashing into the floor, but they run out the hut. But they don't peek heaven, where, you know, generally on the pistol round, you don't have players coming out heaven. They're going to stay in that heaven position and just look down on the site. So they cut a hard right and take the fight on floor and catch off that player by the hut box. And at that point, compLexity have swarmed the site. They really don't need to do too much after that, and it's a pretty clean-cut round. Some great shooting, but from Swag obviously brings it back, but it's not enough to turn the tide in Lazarus' favor.
So they've spotted Swag, but I do not think that they've spotted Sub-Rosa go deeper into the garage. So if they do pursue that direction, oh, well, they definitely spotted him now. They won't see him again, though, in this round in the afterlife. And Lazarus's little bit of purchase on this round with a couple CZs, a little piece of armor here and there. It's really not all that much. I think this is an okay buy. Like, some people just go for that head-on, straight into the battle buy with armor and pistol. This is a little bit lighter than that, so it sets themselves up in the future for a little bit better utility on a map like Nuke to have that utility backing up your rifles. It's delaying the game.
Does look like compLexity will be favoring ramp as we pass the minute mark on the clock. Infinite catches that flash, and he's going to be so blind right now, allowing the T's to peek out. Swag with that deagle, not really being able to find much, and it does look like compLexity will be falling back once again into Zelsis' CZ, and Zelsis not being able to pick anything up. He too shall fall, and it is once again on Swag. He can't do much from heaven.
He knew he tagged Stanislaw a ton, and he actually tried to re-aggress to finish the job of what he started, but instead he gets peeked by Sick, who wraps that corner real quick. compLexity come out of that round all alive, so now they're essentially going to have a burner round. 3 SMGs doesn't look all that hot, but again, you're still up against pistols, though it depends like how many kills happen against compLexity here. They'll start to fill in those gaps with rifles again if they do die, but let's say, for example, compLexity come out of this round with 5 alive. They're going to treat that 4th round as a burner round. Run very fast, play really hot into a site. I'd like to see that actually happen for compLexity.
A little bit of a nade stack, but those nades actually fly right by Def. A little bit of Neo from the Matrix dodging from him, but he will fall to the Deagle of Infinite, who's still popping off against Shazam, as we do see a player coming up towards the secret, and that's Swag, and he's going to fall.
Yeah, I want to see that second AK get recovered again. Still, those 3 SMGs are there. I do not want to see that AK go to waste, still laying on the ground. A lot of utility being thrown out. One of them goes to the gray box, one of them lands right there in Secret Stairs, and that AK has been recovered while Sick pushes that MAC-10 into the site. So it starts off with a frag for Lazarus, but compLexity maintain their stance, and they allow Lazarus to walk into a handful of kills. They don't really move, they just let it happen.
Exactly, just holding the default, waiting for the CT aggression, and they're able to pick up some very nice kills. Does look like nothing. We'll be getting on top of this hut as the bomb does go down. This should be the third round going the way of compLexity Gaming here momentarily, but Subrosa, as nothing, is like, hey, I want to pick up this kill. Subrosa's like, nope, I'm going to take this one for myself, and he's able to take down nothing with a great Deagle headshot.
Okay, so at this point, I don't think compLexity will have that burner round for themselves. Def and nothing are having to rebuy into that next one at least. There could be another death here, but I doubt Subrosa. Oh no, he actually is going to run directly into Stanislaw. He's got his Deagle out, but he pre-aims the top of the stairs, and Stanislaw was standing up there on that little ledge, so compLexity take that one. No further deaths, and now compLexity are going to refill, fill those holes in with more AKs, leaving Sick left on a MAC-10. He's going to be the man up front. He's going to be probably the guy that's through the squeaky door first.
I'm really interested to see what they do with 6 MAC-10. I mean, you're saying they're going to go for that inner rush. I imagine there's still the possibility of maybe a fast ramp, maybe even going towards outside with those smokes. But it does look like a fast inner is what we have in the books. As Sick, yep. Oh, no.
Oh, they turn ramp.
There you go. Going towards ramp very early on. Sick leading the way with that MAC-10. Not able to find anything, but you know what? He's just the cannon fodder as nothing trades him out. And ramp room has gone the way for compLexity.
That's all part of the plan, but can you get players down below fast enough? Right now, Subrosa is down there, and he's at the double doors. They've smoked that off. He's not challenging the control room. He's a little bit blind and a little bit winded after that shot goes through his face, and it's going to be 3 alive right now for Lazarus. One of those weapons including an AWP, so it's not the best, and Swag's AWP is pushing back towards CT spawn, so I believe the call was there. Even though Zelsis is still in the neighborhood, he is just going to evacuate. That's right. Up through the vents. Collect your losses. Get yourself ready for the next round. The 3 can buy for the 2.
It does look like we're actually going to see a couple of these compLexity players pressing the issue, however. Heading towards CT spawn will be Def leading the charge for his side. Swag does catch a flash, but they don't have any more to throw.
I don't know how useful this smoke is going to be for Swag. Now everything's being thrown at him. They should just spam the corner. They start. They get it done. Oh, but here comes Zelsis from behind. He catches the T's back there at the end of CT spawn and picks up a kill.
Just biting them in their undercarriage.
Wow, Sick is at 11 grand. Goodness gracious. He had 11 grand to start this round, and Sick had 2 deaths, so it's not like he's perfect.
No.
He just has a lot of money.
Yeah, just some good economy management out of Sick. compLexity now moving into this round where Lazarus will be buying up yet again. But they've got an auto shotgun on the back of Swag. I'd love to see that thing come up big. But compLexity moving very slowly to begin this round, just working a slow default. They've got 2 people waiting towards T-spawn to throw those outside smokes. And I do imagine off of those smokes, we might see Def as well as his follower in Shazam head towards lower.
Yeah, I believe Swag's down there, and Dapper holds Mini, so he could turn and search. He'll actually find nothing first. I thought he was going to actually go back out and look outside over towards the secret stairs, maybe spam those smokes that are out there. But it's Zelsis that's here. He hasn't detected any T's going back there, but you have to expect that they're starting to get into those lower halls. But Swag's waiting with an auto shotty. This is why I love Nuke a little bit. You could put an auto shotty almost anywhere on the map. There's so many cover angles to play with.
Zelsis gets caught there. He was weary of that big garage. You saw him looking back, looking forward, checking areas outside, periodically looking back. But the second he actually commits to look outside, he will be taken down there. And into this round will be infinite under the ladder.
I mean, here's the thing. If you lose outside control, suddenly there's so many angles to look for if you're Lazarus. I mean, everywhere is dangerous. Everybody's checking every corner. So Broza's coming out of the hut, and he's looking back towards Mini. He's looking at Heaven. They have no control outside.
Worry.
Yeah, there's literally, it could be anywhere at this moment. They could even be behind Subrosa. He's got his back to the hut. He does die to the front end of this one. Shazam will trade back against Dapper. And Swag's auto shotgun's looking like a stretch. Infinite has dead to rights. Almost chokes the shot, but opposite of Mustang, Sick returns that kill. Infinite was looking down to the side, expecting to see all the T's that jumped down below. An auto shotty on the retake is not the best kit. He's got a smoke and a flash, and
how's he going to do this one?
I don't think there's any way. He needs a gun on the ground.
Oh, Shazam just spotted him now, so Swag's position has been given away. He's pushing up towards that bomb silo. But what will he be able to do? There's a player still in heaven. Swag going to be able to take down Shazam. Sick with a great Molotov onto the bomb now. Swag is going to put it out, hop on the bomb as well. Is Sick going to be able to get him? And he's going to knife him to finish up the round. A great little kill from Sick to give compLexity their 5th.
That little underhanded molly. Didn't even expose himself to the auto shot. Just give it just a little toss. Drop it into the site. Drop it right onto the bomb. compLexity start out their T side 5-0. Kind of similar to what we were seeing in that second half of the first map on Mirage, where compLexity were getting a good after time.
Cyndi Lauper?
Is that who sings that?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Sounds like a very Canadian name.
Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, is she Canadian? I'm sure chat knows.
I don't know.
They won't hear us, though.
All right, 5-4 is our scoreline right now. compLexity will be buying some pistols into this round, looking for a little bit of an outside fake, actually, dropping those outside smokes. Unfortunately, that's going to be thwarted right off the bat from Lazarus because Zelsis is pushed up by this red box, and he's making the call. No one's out here.
Yeah, well, Infinite's about to... Uh-oh. I was like, Infinite's about to mow some people down. Shazam gets 2 deegs in there, though, and look what they've recovered. That's exactly right. A sprint to the lower site. Sub Rosa's making his way towards the control room. They'll break the glass in the case of an emergency, and it might be an emergency. With Sub Rosa holding this angle. Oh, no, they're still trying to infiltrate in here, overwhelming him. Now Zelsis is in trouble. He's got players in behind him. They're all over. Front, left, right, and center. He defends. He's now got the help of Dapper as well, but he's down and out. Traded 1-to-1 right now, but it is Def to secure it, and compLexity win on just a weak pistol round.
Yeah, massive round for compLexity to put in their back pocket. They're really off the deagling of Shazam, hitting that great 1 deag on the ramp, and then turning towards that under ladder area, the J-Hall, picking up yet another frag, and then from that point on, Lazarus playing catch-up there. They, maybe get a couple of moments where they're looking like they're in it, but overall, that was compLexity's round. Lazarus, though, they have plenty of money, Dallas, so losing that round, not the biggest of deal. They're able to buy up very well into this round, but are they able to convert it?
Roaring back, it could be compLexity. They get that first one out of the way. It's always the toughest one, and it just happens to be the one they get done with pistols and gifted weapons. I think it's a lot of one of the weapons being an AK recovered from that previous one. It was down to a 1v1, as close as that may have been. And now the default setup involves Swag being at the bottom of the stairs down there in secret. Molotov's about to head his way, though. Might flush him out.
Yeah, that's going to keep him at bay. That's going to allow compLexity now to move even closer towards this secret area, but they're not going to do that. They're looking for a mini split right now, Dallas. We see Sick on the end of it. He's going to be going in towards that bomb site. We do have a person by the far vent. Sub-Rosa's going to be taken down, leaving only Zelsis after Dapper takes down 3 on the round. Zelsis and Dapper with a great little inner hold.
Oh, I like this, too, because you had a player that was up in heaven, but he's fallen off. Zelsis gets a kill. Now spraying through the smoke is Dapper. He doesn't hit it, but maybe it was just as a distraction so Infinite can train his sights on cleanly. So it is turned back. compLexity only having a short respite as Lazarus have poured on 5 rounds of the past 6 that have been played out. And the money, I mean, the saving grace here.
Here's the 3K there. The compLexity player is looking a little bit jumbled coming out of that squeaky door. Dapper easily able to mow them down.
Yeah, so compLexity, the saving grace that they have going for them right now is the fact that they had won that previous round 2 rounds ago with just slightly upgraded pistols. So they're still able to field up something here. And something's better than nothing. And as a matter of fact, Shazam has himself an AWP. Trades 50 HP for the life of one Swag. Def now. Gets a peek out. Zelsis race cars around the corner, and Shazam scopes up. So they know that there are just east-west battle on the red box.
Nice
but
flashes.
Being completely blind, Shazam can't pull the trigger. Zelsis, Sub-Rosa get those frags, and it's only going to get worse for compLexity right now. 6 standing alone. Nice spray control. After about the 5th, 6th bullet, he's able to tag Zelsis in the face. Looking for the next couple kills, but he's at 5 HP. He'll jump off this. He doesn't. It will be 6-all.
So compLexity now find themselves in a tie game situation. Lazarus grinding through their CT side, really coming alive now as we move towards the latter part of this first half. They're having some great outside holds. You're really seeing the development of Sub-Rosa as well as Zelsis towards that outside area. And that's what you need out of your CT side players. Everybody's got to be able to pick up these frags. Everyone's got to be able to at least get that 1 or 2 in their position for you to be able to have a strong CT side on Nuke.
Yeah. 6 rounds so far for compLexity. I think it's okay. A-okay.
Ooh, Zelsis.
Yeah, they're always beautiful when it turns into a pink mist up above the marshmallow. Easy frags coming in, hardly even a response. Zelsis has taken some damage, but it's not going to be enough. Def's body falls off the marshmallow, and Lazarus get yet another easier round away. Keep pouring on. It's been a hell of a ride so far for Lazarus.
I mean, it's still CT side of Nuke, so 7 rounds, you can't be happy with that. If you're on the complexity side, you've got grins on your face. You've already done your job for this first half. If you're on Lazarus' side, you need these 9 rounds. You need to get to a 9-6 half.
Yeah, this is complexity's map pick, so I mean, the storm could still only be growing at this point. Things could only get harder and harder, possibly. But yes, Lazarus are really coming together on their CT side, showing some prowess. Off there for Swag every time, just back behind that gray box, and he will continue to put rounds in and rounds down range. As Elsa spams out, does 20 damage to Shazam. That might be okay looking in the future, but Shazam holding the op, it's like that Bogdan law. It doesn't matter as long as he's still alive, as long as that heart is beating, he's a threat to everybody on Lazarus' lineup.
Complexity now a very slow default. In the previous rounds, they've moved very quickly towards the outside. Right now, they're going to move very slow. Nothing getting caught by Sub Rosa, who regressed through that squeaky door. And that's going to be so much given to Sub Rosa. Not only did he pick up nothing, but that bomb, they have to go through Sub Rosa to get to it. He doesn't know it's down there, but he's still holding a very good pillar spot.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Look at Sick. He is also pushing and about to catch Infinite. Spots him going to the locker room, and will make sure that he will reside there. Now Swag, way back at CT spawn, might be able to catch Sick. He does. Great just presence of mind to start to position himself in the best optimal spot to get a kill, an atypical position at that. Def and Shazam are last standing. Make it all up to Shazam. A 1v3, but only by microseconds, and with 25 seconds left, he's got a player right at the vent. He misses his shot.
There it is.
8-6. One more to go for this half.
Complexity will be able to buy up into this round with AK. Shazam, the only person on 3.5k, so AKs will be on the field for Complexity. They're able to order them up for their team. However, Lazarus has done a great job over these past few rounds of getting very unorthodox in their playstyle, pushing up towards the red box. You saw Subrosa's push through the squeaky door there as well, really catching nothing off. And this is what Lazarus need to do to finish up this half on the right foot. They're on pace to get this 9th round, but will they be able to do it?
Look at all the utility damage. They come roaring out of squeaky door. They lose one in the grenade. The utility is just continually marking up Complexity, but they still stand. Minimal damage as far as I'm concerned, being in a 4v2. Infinite has been spotted as well. The grenade rings his bell a little bit. Another Molotov pushes him into an awkward spot unless it hissed out up there, but he is the only one left. Lazarus 8-7, or sorry, yes, it is Lazarus 8-7. The scores confused me a bit towards the end there, but that was a closeout by Complexity, but still Lazarus had put up some good numbers in that middle sequence.
Who do you think won that half, though?
Yes.
Right? Who do you think won the half? It might be 8-7. It might be 8-7, but Complexity got 7 rounds on their T side, and that's exactly what they needed.
Yeah. I mean, I gave you the inclusive war. I just gave it a yeah. I mean, I don't know. Lazarus's T side. Oh, let's go into a second. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Complexity and Lazarus.
Walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk on, baby.
Ladies and gents, welcome back. We've got our first half completed for the second map between compLexity and Lazarus, and you can see it now. Swag sitting at 17-9. The opposing leaders on the other side, it's Def at 15-10.
Yeah, great little round out of Swag there, or half out of Swag there, sorry about that, as he does end the half just leading his team into that 8-7 scoreline. But Infinite starting it off with a great shot onto Stanislaw, but Shazam and Sick putting an end to this. 2 kills apiece, Dallas, around this outside area, and it's all onto Sub Rosa. No armor, what can he do?
Dude, as far as Lazarus was concerned, they were just getting thumped right on the dome. All those suppressed weapons coming their way, and Shazam has the last one with the P2000. It's 8-all. compLexity have a little bit of momentum to start things off, but it could be Lazarus that end up going with a little buy here, keep the pressure up. Seems to be the meta for the new economy.
And looking at the economy of Lazarus, they're going to spend a little bit of cash here, Dallas. Not doing the full force buy. Deagles, a CZ, 4 Deagles actually, so they're going for those distance fights. They're going to be trying to 1-Deag outside, maybe hopping on the Twinkie as well, looking for anybody towards that big garage that wants to compete against them. Actually, Zelsis and Subrosa ended up picking up armor.
Yep. So players you want to watch out for Deagles, Infinite, 100%. Swag can get in there too, but Infinite most certainly I think is the most acquired taste for the Deagle.
Definitely.
The dude just, it's part of him.
He's a monster.
Part of his hands, man. Just points and clicks.
Subrosa down first on the round as Shazam drops him towards that Twinkie, and now taking down Dapper as well on outside. Lazarus into a 3-on-5 very quickly.
Nobody's able to even pull off a shot, it seems, so far. It's just Zelsis left. He's able to shoot off a couple. He's got nothing down. Bomb's been spotted, and look at the rotations already. Ooh, what a sick nade from Sick.
That nade landed right in his back pocket.
It was unhealthy. It was just... It plagued him.
He basically said order up and just chucked it through the radio.
Let me bounce this one off the wall. compLexity are able to stave off the 50 cals for the most part. Only 9mm is the one that got the kill, and it is Lazarus to just bow out. I thought they would bow out, but instead of having like a lot of pistol armor in the last round, they split that investment into these 2 rounds now. It's virtually the same purchase. There's a Tech 9 mixed in there, so you might see something a little bit faster. Swag's actually the speedy one. He's through the squeaky door. He's into vents, possibly undetected, but my God, he's the guy with the bomb up there too.
Yeah, nobody's actually rotated towards lower as well. Now they're starting down on that area. Swag has already made his way down. As Dapper does take down Def, we see a 4v3 advantage favoring the T side.
Yeah, and Swag is still down here. He's at the double doors, waiting for some other players to find their way or meander their way, whichever way they can to get down here to help. Swag's managed to get that AUG. It was passed over to him by Dapper. Dapper leads the way and sacrifices his body for the greater good. Now the bomb goes back up.
This is getting scarier by the moment here as Stanislaw is playing solo towards ramp, nobody towards upper. Infinite now clearing this out, will be calling it to his team. Hey guys, bring this bomb in, let's check it out. This should be our round here.
Very smart move. compLexity must have seen the bomb with that interaction that was towards the back of the secret stairs down there and thought, okay, maybe it's just going to stay down there. And it doesn't. In fact, it rebounds up, and that's why the verticality of a map like Nuke and sometimes Overpass, you can have these instant fast rotates one way or the other. I love it.
Does look like Stanislaw does have a flashbang. I do imagine he's going to be flashing nothing out past that squeaky vent. No, nothing just flies up on his own. He's quickly taken down, leaving Stanislaw in a 1v2 with nothing really to go for him here. Doesn't even have a smoke for the bomb. Actually, that nade distracted them, but there's no time on the clock. This round will be going the way of Lazarus off a great little Deagle buy.
Yeah, Deagle and Tech 9 and a little bit of ruse going in there. Swag was able to get down into the vents so quickly. I think that even caught Lazarus a bit off guard. They're like, okay, we've got the bomb down there. Let's try and work with that a little bit. It distracts some compLexity players that were still up on ground level. They lost a rifle or two, showed that the bomb was down below, went back upstairs, duping their opponents for a second time, taking a round on a very, very weak pistol.
compLexity, however, won't be wavering from buying just yet, picking up the FAMAS as well as the MP9. We did see the one weapon saved in the previous round as well, so this is a full buy coming up from compLexity, and Sick is going to start the round off with it for his team, getting a kill onto Swag.
Yep, and I'm starting to hear players get loud, starting to get into it from compLexity's side, just being able to kill Swag with that off. They think they spotted that barrel that was pointing through that squeaky door from quite a distance, so just on that off angle. And now that was Sick that got that frag. So it's a man advantage earned by compLexity. It's cost them a decent amount of HP, but at the same time, Subroza, he's gone for the Bogdan. He's got the op. He's at low HP as well, so he is a threat.
Def taking quite a bit of damage right now. The re-smoke towards ramp is going to keep Subroza at bay momentarily, as he cannot peer into that area of the map. compLexity playing fairly tight towards inner here. Def will be the solo player towards this secret area.
Yeah, so you got two players basically on that upper site staring at one another. Stanislaw being the one behind the silos, and then outside has some respectful operations out there. Shazam. So he's holding outside from the locker room, and Lazarus haven't been able to get around that building yet, and they won't be able to as long as Shazam remains there. So the guys that are on the site can keep their rifles trained in the narrower parts of the map.
Yeah, Lazarus have managed to lurk their way into ramp, however. Nothing is downstairs waiting for them, as well as Death, so they're going to have to be contested, but Subroza with a great kill onto Sick might give them the opportunity they need. Not clearing that spot where Nothing's playing, however, could give Nothing the opportunity to strike. Nope, Infinite puts an end to that.
Stop. They have to go back to get the bomb. They have to stop, just disconnect away from that fight. Infinite's planting it out in the open, and Death comes back out. He's gone right back in hiding. Again, he fakes his way into the control room. He stays on the site. Subroza does get the kill at the end of the day. Zelsis defends himself too. That got a bit spooky for him, because if he dies, he ends up getting clocked, not earning any money at the end of that round.
Speaking of money, compLexity right now, no money whatsoever after that round win. They're going to be buying MP9s, FAMASes. Here's this little play that came out from Def as well here, jumping back out through that after his first kill to make that round happen. But looking at the money on compLexity, UMPs, a FAMAS, Scout, an MP9 going up against 2 AKs and Op. Lazarus is by, looking a lot better right now.
Same thing, just blast a player through squeaky door, get down into the vent, and make compLexity get into an awkward spot where they might actually overthink their situation. Dapper has gone from those vents back up into the control room, scouting out this lower site.
This is very scary now because of the fact that Dapper's down here. The rotators towards lower, they got to be scared about rotating down the vents. This is a huge position for Dapper to be in, and there's also the ramp player in Nothing playing solo towards this area, and if he falls back, that's another opportunity for Dapper to catch him off.
This is an There goes a smoke, but it's way late. Nothing now in full retreat, and being in the yeah, he knew he had to fall back, and suddenly that's a surprise. He falls right into Dapper's hands. Shazam hits a sweet shot against Subroza, and now you've got a 4v4, but the lower site seems to be challenged. Sick loses his life in the vents, and more territory is falling out of the hands from compLexity. Def pops off a shot. He tries to close the distance against Dapper to become more and more useful, but he can't land the shots. 4v2 right now, and Dapper has the vents controlled. Shazam's above those vents. He can't get back down safely if he were to choose. On the other side of it, Stanislaw has reserved himself to the top side of ramp in between towards Hell, and they're not going to try for a retake.
That was a lovely round out of Dapper, getting down the vents. And yeah, I mentioned it earlier, the fact that Dapper being down there creates such a problem for Nothing, especially in the position he was playing. His only exit strategy was actually down into the lower site, and in doing that, in dropping towards that lower site, gives the opportunity for Dapper to just shoot him in the back as soon as he comes down, and that's what really opens up lower for the Lazarus team. 10-10 is our scoreline. We're all tied up here, Dallas. And it does look like compLexity, not really an opportunity to be able to buy up.
Well, the thing is, nobody's taken the lead quite yet, per se, and it's, of course, the score is 10-10. But this second half has gone back and forth to where nobody's in a very comfortable position. And this is that spot you were talking about with Dapper. I mean, he dominated down here. He was able to get down so quickly. Sick highlight, but we were talking about him being in the control room and catching the rotation, Nothing coming back out of ramp room after seeing that he had no numbers in his favor towards ramp.
Okay, and compLexity actually opt for another force buy, I guess off the two guns that they were able to save, feeling confident that they can actually pick up this round.
Yeah, they're doing that because of exactly what I was talking about. There's nobody's in command right right now. Sure, Lazarus have guns, but their money's kind of bottomed out still. It's only been that one round that they won. Of the past 4, it's gone CTT, CTT, back and forth. And they'll continue to buy up until somebody wins 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Somebody's got to pick up 2 rounds in a row. It could be Lazarus on this round, but it could be compLexity, upsetting them and putting one back in their favor. Right now, Lazarus taking Big Garage on the outside area, while the rest of their members hanging back, relaxing, letting these 2 players just kind of take some map control, try to prod, try to poke for some information.
Yeah, they may have spotted Shazam. He rotated back towards CT, but now they definitely know he's there. Shazam, lickety-split, lightning fast against Celsius, but equally traded, and that actually baits Death out of the secret stairs. He came up, I think he just had a CZ, so as soon as he stood up and started to move forward, he's been caught, and kills coming back. Stanislaw at range from Heaven, back to a 3-2 advantage. Infinite and Swag need this one, and so far compLexity buy into this round looks like it could be enough.
Nothing's positioning right now is very strong. Unfortunately, he starts peeking out just a little bit too early. Sick does cover his teammates back and trades that one out. Swag, the final member left with 10 seconds left, will have to save this AWP.
And even more so to that credit is that I think Lazarus will go right in for a buy behind that op as well. So expect UMPs, maybe a Galil, 2 in there. But they need something for that op to stand on. Swag's great alone, but you need to have riflers in play as well. So yes, Galil's, AKs, head armor included, MAC-10 for Dapper. Their utility's a bit short. They favor the smokes. They have 5 smokes, so expect 2 or 3 of those to go outside. Give the presence that there's a secret stairs. They don't have the HEs. They don't have any way to blast open that squeaky door and use that strategy that's worked very, very well for Lazarus in the past.
Does look like the outside smokes will be landing, but Lazarus will be sending 5 members towards these outside smokes. That Molotov is going to keep them just at bay for a moment here. As it does burn out, we will see all 5 members of this team moving towards that red box, moving towards the outside.
They're boosting as well at the red box, trying to give Swag a shot. He sees nothing over top of the smoke. And right now, compLexity, what have they done to try and deal with this information that they could be down into the secret stairs? They still have ramp room control. Nothing is kind of in this cleanup spot, difficult spot to hold, and it's kind of the janitorial staff for any kind of CT defense. Tough, and a very difficult ask for him to win this one. He's been flashed off his angle. He's back towards the double doors, making his way towards control room, alerting the team that of the presence down here. Shazam's coming down into the ramp, and compLexity are at least putting their players in the right spots. Nothing, though. Trying to play a little bit of an off angle, gets caught by Dapper, who is just shoulder peeking his way up the headshot stairs, and you've lost your first.
Yeah, we do have Shazam in this lower area by this dark spot. The bomb has moved out into the site. Shazam still not being cleared out. A great opportunity for him to pick up some kills here. He's actually not going to spray at the bomb either, wisely so, not giving away his position. And he's going to allow this retake to take full form as his team rotates in.
I think somebody needs to go touch that bomb soon enough to bait out some of these Ts to get them out of these hidey holes. I mean, they're way back there in those halls towards the double doors and control room. 3 players. So there's the touch. Sick is on it. Now the kills come in on the reaction. Excellent. Well played as well. Now Subroza defending as best as he can the bomb, but it's on the other side of the silo from him. So they touch the bomb again. Swag opens the door, pulls the trigger. Subroza gets his kill out there as well, and we continue to stagger back and forth. Nobody's able to stand on 2 feet.
I love that vent lurk from Subroza. They're allowing the players to go around into the site, and then when he finally comes out and takes that player down by the decontamination area, that's what's going to allow really Lazarus to have a good opportunity in the round. They split the attention of the final remaining compLexity players.
Look at this buy.
And we see Subroza absolutely decimate. Another force buy coming up from compLexity.
You got to win 2 in a row. They're going to continue to do this until you win 2 in a row. So don't count
but you know what?
out.
Because of their lack of utility, Lazarus do the exact same thing they did previously. Send somebody down the vent. We do see a lobby crush come out from compLexity where Subroza does fall, but we already have Infinite hanging out downstairs. So this is very difficult for compLexity to actually come back from.
Well, they could rebound, but right now a lot of players from compLexity were heading up vents. So maybe temporarily having the correct read, but as things quiet down, they've reset a bit. Oh, spotted in control room. That's a big piece of information that nothing is lucky to survive by getting. Not getting it through dead talk Instead, he stands over at ramp. Smoke on his right, Molotov in front of him. Difficult targets to acquire if they were to come out of those double doors. But the mass of everybody's going back to the secret stairs, and Stanislaw gets caught at the worst time. But at least Shazam has a deagle. He's making his way out, making his way downtown, and Infinite spotted him up there as well. Both teams are just shuffling up, down, up, down. Where does it end? Nice shot from Shazam. He's looking for more as well. That's bomb spotted. Finally, compLexity can start to commit to the upper side. Another one from Jet. He's out of his mind.
What the hell was that?
That's like 5 shots, all ace for Shazam. That's an ace deagle.
I cannot believe what we just saw. A deagle ace, Shazam taking that round into his own hands. That was a phenomenal effort from him.
Watch this again. This is disturbing on another level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The dude's crazy.
That was insane.
He had an ace in the first map too. No, sorry, a 1v4 clutch.
It was the 1v4 clutch, and now coming out with this deagle ace to just absolutely destroy Lazarus there and put them onto that eco now, because I imagine Lazarus won't want to buy up into this. What an effort out of Shazam. That was amazing. I cannot believe we just got to witness that, Dallas.
I'm watching this one back again on the third replay for myself, which would be where the stream is experiencing it right about now. But absolutely disgusting from Shaz. That was one of the top plays I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was insane. That was insane.
I ran out of lungs.
Speechless.
I needed a third lung to continue
Speechless.
that. It was crazy. And we continue back and forth. So don't count Lazarus out. Sure, they've got a couple deagles. Excuse me. Told you I ran out of lung.
Oh man, you're out, man. You're out.
Tapped out. I'm missing my cough button too, just whiffing on it. I need Shaz over here to hit the cough button for me.
Zelsis with a nice one deagle onto Shazam, saying, hey man, you did it last round, let me just take you out with one of my own. But it will be Def to pick up 2 kills on that outside area to make this 4v3 in favor of the compLexity side. Nothing taking a little bit of damage, able to pick up 2 kills on the round as well, leaving only Infinite to get anything for his squad.
Last man up, last man down. And compLexity have finally won 2 in a row. That was what, a stretch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds that went back and forth. That was gnarly. I mean, it only seems apparent. I mean, we have seen back and forth gameplay in the first map, especially, but not to that finite of 1 round each way back and forth. It was like 2s and 3s. But how much does that hurt Lazarus? Swag hasn't been able to get his op for a handful of rounds. It feels like they were able to save it a couple times at the beginning of that stretch of back and forth, but compLexity finally are able to stand on 2 feet first, and they will put the op on the field first as well.
That was, I'm still not over the Shazam deagle.
I can't either. I almost don't believe it.
And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's not every day you see a beautiful 1 deagle ace like that. But as we move into this round here, Dallas, Lazarus, they've got the MAC-10 on Dapper, so I do imagine maybe a little bit of a faster strat coming out from them here. But compLexity, well, they've got 1 Famous, plenty of utility. Let's see how they play this round.
Fast into the secret stairs. They deploy the smokes that you would classically expect. And then Swag and Subrosa, and actually everybody behind him as well, are waiting to try and wrap into that ramp room to really pinch everything down low. Take the fight to the low ground.
It does look like Lazarus will be heading towards ramp by the looks of it here. As those smokes are beginning to fade, we do see Stanislaw, the solo member. He gets flashed off, has to fall down. The players on Lazarus going towards under ladder, but that Molotov actually keeps them from pushing any further. That was their own Molotov they threw, though.
Yeah, well, Lazarus have that ramp. Zelsis is down here. He's got Stanislaw right around the corner, but look at the movements from compLexity. They have 3 players down here. So they realize it's been so quiet, and the fact they lost ramp room makes it very confusing to them. Stanislaw just shoulder peeks it, almost pre-fires, looks like, tags him right through. Shazam as well got pre-fired down there. He's behind the silo. He needs to commit either to the left or right. He's looking left, wings Dapper. He stays alive. There's the second shot as well. The utility's starting to push him out, but as well, the T side is out in the open as they take casualties, heavily so. 2v3. Swag and Subrosa remain, but they have a flank to their back end. A 1-for-1 trade thanks to Subrosa. Sorry about that. As he apologizes, he'll take the bomb to the upper site. And already, with the verticality of the map, you have a response. They were there to greet him, but he fakes heaven. Now he goes back down to lower.
What a play out of Subrosa here, faking it, heading back to that lower area. We do have Stanislav patiently waiting with 7 seconds left. He will be able to pick up this frag and give compLexity their 14th round. Really, that Deagle round out of Shazam, taking all the momentum out of Lazarus, just ripping it from under their feet, and they're falling on their backs right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that happens, and I think if you're Lazarus, you just need to forget about it. I'm sure they've forgotten about it already. They need to talk about how they want to approach probably the next round. Their money's sitting at about 2,500 average for the whole team.
Please don't force buy.
Yeah, don't just play for the overtime.
Force buy.
Did they force buy? Well,
it's not yet, not yet. Dapper just bought a little bit of head armor. They're going for the pistols right now, Dallas. They're just trying to spend a little bit of... never mind, they force buy.
Force buy. So the buy is going to be virtually the same in the next round out there, too. It's probably going to be an SMG here or there, pistols here or there. But instead of playing for overtime, this is America. There's no ties here. They're going to play for the win.
They're only wins.
They're going to try to stop compLexity dead in their tracks. There's no ties in baseball. There's no crying in baseball.
Who's still watching baseball in 2019?
Hey, man, I do. Wow. I feel like my insides just got twisted.
I'm just kidding for everybody watching at home that's a baseball fan. It's a great sport.
This
I'm
is
from
America.
Toronto. I love my Jays. And as right now, we are going to see Lazarus loving that lower area, heading very quickly down and actually taking down Stanislav on that lower site.
Yeah, Lazarus doing well to represent America. Fight tooth and nail. Never give up. Never surrender. Right now, they know they've got nothing pinned in there. What a shot from Infinite after just eating 99 damage from the AUG. Finally, nothing is able to pick up one kill. Turned back again by Shazam. This pinch into the lower site looking like it's very deflated at this point. They're losing bodies pretty quickly.
Down into a 3-on-3 right now. The audible has been called. They're moving towards the upper site where Sick is patiently waiting. Ooh. The op from Shazam baits perfectly for him as Sick finds himself one. Quickly traded out from Zelsis though. And this is where it gets a little bit scary because this inner defense is looking strong out of Lazarus as nothing comes up the vents.
He's able to get out. Unable to find Zelsis, who was at 1 HP. This is the second terrorist in this round that we've had at 1 HP. A shot, a swing, and a miss. And Shazam goes down, and Lazarus say, yeah, we can stop you before you hit 15.
That was a very scary force buy from them. Honestly, I'm going to say they got away with a lot within that round. Not only do they end up coming up the vents mid-round and surviving that because there was an Opera Heaven. The Opera gets there a couple seconds late and actually fires off, doesn't get the kill, does damage, but doesn't get the kill, and then Sick picks up a kill, but unable to connect on that second one is really where compLexity started to falter in that round. Great attempt out of them, great audible call from Lazarus, but wow, what a round did they pull off.
Now they've earned a vacation, if you will, for compLexity because they've just got pistols, but look how close death is. Ah! Tags him, knocks him out, but of course he's unable to pull his pistol back out after that one. Only Shazam left, and that's our only little highlight for that round. I think. I hope. Unless Shazam wants to pull off a P250 1v4 clutch. All right. I'd be willing to watch it. Would you?
I mean, he's already pulled off one tremendous clutch today. Maybe he can do it with the P250. I find it very hard to believe. But I also found that Deagle round hard to believe, so anything is possible. But this time, it's not going to work out in his favor. Dapper does take down Shazam and Lazarus within one round of tying this up, as compLexity now taking that time out, Dallas, trying to figure out how they need to approach this round, what they want to do.
Yep, so this last part of this map has started to really slow down as both teams keep taking timeouts, talking about what they want to do. Plenty of money on board for compLexity, just need to play clean Counter-Strike. They def lighten them up, but I still feel I have confidence that compLexity can actually win this. It was just, I feel like maybe it was just a hiccup.
Okay, and as this freeze time is coming undone, we do see the buy from compLexity looking fairly strong. Really a lack of utility being the only thing that might bite them within this round. The lack of utility being the fact that only one person has a kit, as well as the fact that they bought out pretty much every single dollar they had, and only a few of them are coming out with nades, as we do see Def as well as Sick here, expending everything. Looking at this mid-round right now, we'll see Def, Stanislaw, and Nothing really the only players with anything left over.
They need a pop flash for this one. It goes overboard. Nothing has him lined up. He gets 2 and a little bit of swag as well. A little bit of extra frosting on top of that one. That might be enough. They've spotted plenty of players going down into ramp, so not only was Nothing able to trade out 2.5 for 1, he tells them where there's more terrorists at for the rest of the team to be able to rebound and collapse onto.
Dapper's lurked out into this hut area, though, so this is a great position for him to be in as Sick leaves upper as well. Now, Dapper in a prime position for some lurk kills.
Oh, that grenade actually has a lot of value right now for Stannis. Sure, it only did like 15 damage, but it gets Celsius into that awkward spot where an M4 can dome you real quick. And Swag's still hanging on by a thread. 2 HP. There's Shazam finishing off Celsius. And we've got a wounded Lazarus, 2v4, only looking worse. Swag at 2 HP needs to avoid everything heading his direction, and he gets undercut by Stanislaw, who's ducking underneath Swag's rifle profile there, and compLexity do secure the 15th round. They've got it. But we've seen this spot. We've seen this exact same thing before. Yeah, almost identically.
Lazarus now trying to stay afloat, buying anything they can here to just get involved in this round. compLexity, on the other hand, well, off of that round win, everybody's got something in their pockets here. Plenty of utility across the compLexity side. Kits on everybody. Lazarus, however, they're going to have a MAC-10, a CZ. Not too much utility. We only see 3 people really stacked up in this round with it. How are they going to approach this in attempts to tie this game up?
The thing is, if Lazarus win this round, suddenly compLexity's money is not all hot. It's actually pretty dumpster. We've got 3 players that are just barely above $1,000, so what that would end up resulting in would be maybe an M4 here or there, but really more likely than not a FAMAS and UMPs, SMGs. Nothing has gotten the first kill. That was towards the control room, just as he had done in the round prior. This time, though, he hangs himself on this outside angle. It's currently smoked off, and you still have terrorist presence in the trophy room setting up. They want to take ramp. That's at least what their posture shows me. And if they want to come through this squeaky door where Dapper is watching, they would support that ramp room by going down those vents. But that seems to be asking a bit. Seems like a complicated movement.
I think Lazarus is going to favor this inner bomb site right now. 2 members towards this hut getting ready to execute, but Sick and Stanislaw are set up perfectly for this. Stanislaw should be able to pick up 1-2 kills in this effort. Sick now by that squeaky door as well. How is this going to work out? Stanislaw grabbing 1. We will see Sick pick up 1. Oh, jeez.
They're all over him, but look at the kills come back. Infinite 2 and Celsius with 1. Suddenly, it's 2v5, right? 2v5?
If Nothing goes down here, able to pick up Infinite, though, that is going to be great kill for him. Is he able to pick up another? And he does it. 16-13 as Nothing takes down Celsius. It's a 2-0 out of compLexity here. Lazarus will be exiting group stages, not getting 1 map.
Right, but towards that last round, it looked like they still had a second breath in them, but it was Nothing that got that first kill, and Nothing had the last word on that round, which closed it out. So compLexity end up getting their first win in groups, which actually propels them far enough ahead